I was 18 years old when I got married. I came from a deeply conservative Balochi family where daughters are taught to obey their parents and never refuse their wishes. When my father expressed his desire for me to marry, I did not question him. I simply said, if this brings you happiness, I will say yes. That choice shaped my life, but the marriage that followed was never a happy one. Just 2 years into the marriage, nearly 9 years ago, my life changed in an instant. While traveling, my husband fell asleep at the wheel and the car veered into a ditch. He managed to jump out and save himself, and I am grateful that he survived. I, however, was trapped inside the vehicle and sustained catastrophic injuries. My right arm suffered multiple fractures, including the wrist. My shoulder bone and collarbone were broken, and my ribcage was severely fractured. Yet, beyond the visible damage, it was the injury to my spine that altered the course of my life forever. Rescue teams arrived quickly and worked urgently to save me. CPR was administered, and I was pulled from the wreckage. During the rescue, my spinal cord was completely transected. The 2.5 months that followed, spent in the hospital, were among the darkest of my life. I existed in constant pain and uncertainty, overwhelmed by despair and the weight of what had been lost. One day, a doctor came to me and said, I understand that you once aspired to be an artist, but instead became a housewife. I'm afraid you will no longer be able to paint. The following day, another doctor informed me that the severity of my spinal injury meant I would never walk again. I listened, took a deep breath, and quietly replied, "It's all right." The next day brought yet another devastating truth. Because of the extent of my spinal injury and the metal fixation in my back, I would never be able to give birth to a child. That was the moment I completely broke. I questioned my existence and wondered why I had survived at all. Amid the darkness, a small spark kept me alive. I asked my brothers to bring me colors and a small canvas. I knew my hand was deformed, yet I was desperate for expression, tired of staring at sterile white hospital walls. The first painting I created was made on what felt like my deathbed. It became a profound form of therapy. Without uttering a single word, I poured my heart onto the canvas and told my story. People admired the colors, saying, "What a beautiful painting." They could not see the grief embedded within each stroke. Only I could. And in that moment, I made a life-changing decision. I would live for myself. I stopped striving to be perfect for anyone else. I chose to embrace the present and take ownership of my life. I wrote down my fears one by one and committed to confronting them. My greatest fear was divorce. When I finally recognized it for what it was, nothing more than fear, I set myself free. I released my husband, and in doing so, I liberated myself emotionally. Later, when I learned that he was remarrying, I sent him a message wishing him happiness. Even today, he knows that I pray for his well-being. Another fear was the belief that I would never become a mother. That realization was profoundly painful. Yet I understood a simple truth. Countless children in the world long not for biology, but for acceptance and love. I registered with multiple organizations and orphanages and waited patiently. 2 years later, I received a call from a small city in Pakistan. They asked, "Are you Madaba, Missouri? There is a baby boy. Would you like to adopt him?" In that moment, I felt a surge of joy so powerful it was almost physical, like the labor pains I had never experienced. I said, Yes, I am coming to take him." He was only 2 days old then. Today, he is 6 years old, a living testament to hope, love, and second chances. Living life in a wheelchair presents challenges, but the most painful is not physical, it is the fear of social rejection. In a world that idolizes perfection, those who are different are often seen as flawed. I refuse to let that define me. I chose visibility over silence. I continued painting, participated in modeling campaigns, joined national television in Pakistan as an anchor person, and later became the National Goodwill Ambassador for Unwomen Pakistan. I began advocating tirelessly for the rights of women and children, using my story to inspire change. My work has been recognized on both national and international stages. In 2015, I was honored to be featured in the BBC 100 Women list, and in 2016, I was named among Forbes 30 Under 30. These accolades reinforce the truth I had already learned. When you fully accept yourself, the world begins to recognize and celebrate your worth. Everything begins from within. We often imagine how life should unfold and expect it to follow our plans. When it does not, we feel defeated. I never chose to be in a wheelchair, yet life is a test, and tests are never meant to be easy. It is natural to feel fear. It is natural to cry. Both are part of being human. But giving up should never be an option. Failure should, in fact, be embraced because each time we fail, we rise and we grow stronger. Every setback becomes a lesson in resilience. Embrace every breath you take. Celebrate your life. Live fully and do not wait until it is too late. True happiness lies in gratitude, so be grateful, be present, and live each moment with intention.